Good, everybody. This is Michael Levites from jurisq.com, a legal network. And we have with us back in our studio an immigration attorney, Yakov Spektor. Welcome, Yakov.
Hi, Michael. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back. Yakov, you know, a lot of people are very anxious before they go to this dreaded interview for a green card citizenship based on your marriage, because you're going to get interviewed, your spouse is going to get interviewed, anything you say can be used against you. I'm sure it's very nerve-wracking. What do you recommend? How to prepare for such an interview, how to present proper, truthful evidence so that the agents are convinced that you are legally and formally married?
That's Michael. That's probably. I mean, there are movies made about this topic.
Right.
About people getting their green card through marriage. Okay, usually they involve a fake marriage. Now, the thing is, it doesn't happen too often. And despite what the movies might show you, fake marriages simply do not happen that often. Okay,
and I want to add to that. I want to stop you right there. This is a horrible idea to do.
Absolutely.
To go in front of an agent with a fake marriage, because not only you'll be denied, you may have criminal charges for you and your spouse for lying to a federal official. Am I right?
You're absolutely right, Michael. Not only that, what a lot of people would do, they would simply type into Google, how can I get married for a green card, right? And then they might, someone might recommend someone who knows someone else who does these sort of things. And what happens in my experience, I've been doing immigration law for almost 20 years, okay, right, is that people who use these services, avail themselves of these fake marriage brokers, okay, what might happen is that even at their very first conversation with them, they might already be recorded by the government, okay? 50% of all these brokers are being investigated by the government. You might even be able to get your green card on that basis. And then in a few years, once that marriage broker gets arrested, your case it doesn't mean that you will get arrested, but they will take your green card away. They will put your case in investigation mode, which pretty much will mean that for many, many years, you'll have zero status in this country. And then you might not be able to get any status here at all. It's simply not worth it.
And also, I want to add to it, what happens if you're falling out with that person with whom you fake married? They're going to have something over you the rest of your life. It's going to be a point of extortion, possibly, and you will never feel safe. You will never be able to sleep at night. That's why I know, Yakov, you and I would suggest go the legal route. If you're legally married, then proceed to get your documents. And how do you prepare for that interview?
And here's another interesting thing. So lots of people who are really married, and as I said, it's the vast majority. As a matter of fact, all of my clients that I represent are really married. I simply cannot. I will lose my license if I represent people who aren't.
Of course.
But no, they have two approaches to this. Either they worry too much, okay, or they worry too little, which means they call me and they say, well, why do we even need to prepare for this interview? We are actually married. This is going to be so easy to prove. And to them, I usually say, I usually ask one or two things. I ask them, when did you get married? When did you propose to your wife? What's your wife's birthday? And half of the time, usually it's men who are like not worried about they say, there's nothing that we need to prove to the government. Okay, they might not remember. And I understand, we are men, we do not remember dates.
By the way, I want to tell you, it's even more dangerous not to know your wife's birthday in front of your wife than an INS agent.
Absolutely. You live with your wife, the government is there, but your wife is right here with you.
Exactly, yeah.
Correct.
Okay, what else? Okay, know the dates, the important dates, right? Birthdays, anniversaries.
That's actually a great point. Yes, you men, you have to know the dates.
Okay.
Girls, women, wives, you have to pay attention to basically to what the brand of the brand of the TV. How many inches is that? What car does your husband drive? What's his schedule like? If he goes to work. It's basically things that if I had to do this interview tomorrow with my wife,
Right.
I might not pass it because we don't think about these things in daily life. Okay, but this is something that the government might ask, and it just doesn't make sense for you to make this interview more difficult than it has to. Yes, you are married for real. Okay, the government will not be able to take that marriage license away from you. They cannot unmarry you. Okay, but they can deny you your green card, and then you'll have to see me, and then we'll have to reapply for you, and it will be more difficult than it has to be.
So basically, to summarize, know the routine of your spouse, okay, and know your household appliances and your cars.
Well, right. So these are just a couple of examples, but I'll give you the general topics that you guys, if you guys pay attention to them, you will probably pass your interview. Now, there's a lot of paperwork that's involved, but as far as the questions go, you will ace those. So know how you met, who proposed to whom, your wedding day, who was there with you, know each other's immediate family members. Who is this person in the photograph? Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's my mother. There should not be situations like that at the interview.
Right.
Okay. If you have children, know the ages of your children, where they go to school. As I said,
and birthdays.
And birthdays.
Absolutely,
of course. So and of course, know your daily life, know your daily routine. Where does your husband work? Where does your wife work? What's your wife's favorite food? What was the restaurant that you went to for her birthday? What did you get your husband for his last birthday? A lot of these questions might not even come up, but hey, if they do, you will not be sitting there not knowing what to say.
Interesting. Do you think it's a good idea to bring your pictures with you, your wedding album, the pictures of your newborns if you have kids, your family pictures?
Not only is it a good idea, I usually ask my clients to bring albums full of those pictures. And now you have to understand that most of these photos are now, they're in the digital format. No one prints them anymore. People have digital frames in their houses. Okay, but you won't be able to pull out your phone and show those pictures to the officer, immigration officer.
You can't show your Facebook. Can you bring it? Show your Facebook? Is that good enough?
And I don't really recommend it. What I do recommend is that you go through your photos, pick a couple of hundred of the most favorite ones, of you together on vacation with family members, different times, different places. Print them out on the nice photo paper, arrange them in a nice photo album. It looks good.
Sure. I mean, evidence speaks louder than words. If you have pictures from years back on your vacation, obviously you are together, you're married, you love each other. This is not a fraudulent marriage. That makes sense.
If you have a photograph from every day of your lives and the officer who conducts the interview believes that these are the photos of you from every day of the past number of years, they will approve your case.
Yeah. And also, what do you think? I always say truth is the best defense. It is the best way to show something. Just stick to truth. If you start adding facts that are wishy-washy, you're just going to confuse yourself and the agent. They're going to see something is wrong. What do you think? Am I right?
Look, there is no reason to hide anything if if you are actually married. You are absolutely correct. Now, look, if you just had a fight last night, right? And let's say you're thinking today, hey, you know what? I don't want to see this person ever again in my life. Maybe that's not a good idea to tell it to the officer at the interview. Okay, fights do happen. Okay, they're part of a marital relationship. Okay, but having said that, there is really nothing that you should be hiding at that interview.
Yakov, that's a great point. This is everyday life. These things happen. What happens if you had a fight the night before? Can you, as an attorney, postpone this hearing, this interview by a few days until things are back to normal and
I
all the
can,
nerves, all
but
the nerves come down?
I really do not recommend that. You know, guys, control your nerves. Okay,
Right.
this is important. Okay, this is
Mhm.
important for your husband. This is important for your wife. You know, whatever fight you are having right now, you're probably not going to remember it in a few days. Make up for that particular day. Your marriage is more important. Your spouse's status is more important.
So be particularly nice the week before the interview.
Yes, peace is more important than the war.
Go out, buy some flowers, be super nice.